And welcome to your second week of chemistry. And today I have a little bit something different I want to add onto our announcements to see if anybody is paying attention out there. But every day there's new developments that occur in science, and things get looked at, re examined, a lot of things occur. But I know we get so wrapped up in our daily lives of looking at our curriculum and our course goes that we never get a chance to see, well, what is really happening today and how does this really affect me. So I have added on weekly news from sciencenews.org. I choose some of the things that were in the news during the previous week and I present them for you. Feel free to go to www.sciencenews.org and you can learn more information about anything that I talk about here, or you might find some other interesting things for yourself. One thing that I just could not include in this week's episode of Science in Our Lives is that it's been 150 years that the periodic table first came about, and that was due to Dimitri Mendeleev's development of it. So that basic sketch that he had, we still use today, and there are still some issues over, people still argue over certain elements, on where they're placed. There's a really great article, they talk about whole entire royal family and why they shouldn't be there, a little paragraph on it. But this periodic table means so much to us and so much to you in class. It gives you a ton of information, that's needed, especially for quantitative chemistry, which is what we are focusing on this semester. So thank you, Mendeleev, for giving us this tool that I appreciate because I think it's pretty simplistic and that it's always even available to use in the field. Another big, huge topic in the news is, I'm going to actually go here. This one here is that China just landed the first spacecraft on the moon's far side. Now, when I heard about this, I obviously thought of the Decepticons moon base there, right? Because that's what we think about from Transformers, from the far side, the last night, whatever that was. But, it's something that really hadn't been explored by NASA. And so China is, this was their very first landing. It was just a little robot. The robot's not going to bring back samples. They are planning more moon landings in which they'll be able to bring samples back. However, one of the things is that because it's the far side of the moon, they're not able to receive data back quickly. So that's why they're going to have to send another one, wait for the data, see what possibly they can find there. They're going to bring back samples in their second moon landing as well. That's what I learned about that one. Okay, so I'm going to save this one for last. Let's go to this rotting meat. I thought this was interesting for two reasons. Number one, it was because the scientist wanted to look, she's a paleobiologist, and her name is Kimberly Folk. And I thought it was cool because she's a paleobiologist, which is biology and history combined. Her focus is on Neanderthals, and she's trying to decipher what they eat. What they've discovered in Neanderthal fossils is more nitrogen 15 isotopes in it. So that's a heavier type of nitrogen from what we get today when we do fossils for us. We find nitrogen 14. So like 100 years ago, if you look at, if you do some dating, some isotope dating for the nitrogen to see what types of meats were eaten, you're going to get nitrogen 14. Okay. But nitrogen 15 it indicates that it was a heavier type of nitrogen found in the meat that was eaten. And if you recall from watching Ice Age probably Ice Age, I guess, the animals at the time, they were very large animals, right? The Neanderthals, that's what they would eat, is those types of large animals. So being able to see if that nitrogen was readily available in those animals helps us to understand those animals and what those animals eat, and in turn what the dominant hominoids also ate. So I thought that was an interesting article that you might want to dive into a little bit more. And the last one, this was all over social media this week, Facebook, whatever you want to call it. It's the second repeating fast radio burst that occurs. Now, some people are saying that that's first contact, right? I must have read in my newsfeed, oh, first contact, first contact. But let's look a little bit on what really went on. Okay, so yes, there was a second repeating radio waves. These radio waves were already researched and deciphered by astronomers in 2016. Okay, so now here we are today getting that same one back. They didn't really think anything. Okay, before I go getting the same one back, the scientists back in 2016, it just wasn't one. It was about 60 different types of radio waves that came. They call those fast radio bursts. So there were 60 different types. None of them were the same, okay, and it was near a black hole. So they didn't really think twice about it. And since none of them repeated, it doesn't seem like there's like a communication going. But now there's another one that is a repeating one from previously. And this is why they're talking about maybe this is first contact, since it's a repeating fast radio burst wave that did come through. However, they're still saying it's by this the system that is very close to a black hole. So I'm interested to see what development that does, that does come, and you might be interested too. So if you're interested in any of these articles, or you want to find and learn more, you can go to sciencenews.org and further do some reading on these. They're really short readings, like 5 seconds long. So they're not that long. But hopefully this gets you excited to dive into what we're learning this week, which is right here. Here is your announcements for the week of January 14th through the 18th. And what we're going to be doing is you're doing a lab and you're doing an experimental design. You guys are going to really have a tough time with this, because everybody always does. Because I'm not telling you what to do whatsoever. You must design your experiment. So today, on Monday, we're going to spend a lot of time in discussing experimental design and what you need to put, because this is all about you, not about repeating me. On Tuesday, that's where you will go ahead and work on your lab. On Wednesday, there's going to be class time. You can work in groups, so you could do it Wednesday as well and do your lab posts, and we're going to do like a little lab recap. And if there's time, we'll review for the quiz for Thursday. Otherwise, we'll just review Thursday before you take your quiz. We'll do like 20-minute review to make sure we're all good on what's on the quiz. And then you can go ahead and take that quiz. And Friday, we're going to do molar mass, and I'll do the demo on how to solve molar mass problems. So your weekly reading will be reviewing SC1 and 2 concepts, also SC3, because, that is what we're doing. And then your lab post is due Wednesday, and on Thursday, you will have your quasi. Good thing is PowerPoint, I can instantly fix that, right? You will have your quiz. Okay, any questions? You guys do know how to reach me. Trust me, I know you guys all know how to reach me, because last Tuesday I didn't have Blended. I sent out that reminder of what was due, and I got like 60 emails back. So I know y'all all know how to email me back. And I was able to actually talk to every single one of you when you guys emailed me multiple times on Tuesday. This week there's still no Blended, so I am available Tuesday. That's a great time. We can have a conversation over email or over the text app if you want. So let's make this a great week. See you in Class Connect. Bye.